Well, our first guest today is one of the most sought-after voices when you talk about manifesting the life that you want, the life you deserve. And I believe everybody deserves a good life. Gabby Bernstein has been helping millions of people do that for nearly 20 years. Her fans include, you might know them, Oprah, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston. Those are the famous names. But it's the everyday people that she really connects with to say you can have the life of your dreams. She's a 6-time New York Times best-selling author known for her real talk about her own personal addiction, her recovery, her self-care, her spiritual wisdom, and even meditation. And in her popular podcast, Dear Gabby, she's often sharing with her listeners how to manifest the life you want. Take a look.
Key to getting back into alignment with your attracting power is all about forgetting what you think you need. So if you're in a story of I'm gonna get that, or I need that, or it has to be that way, what's happening? If it's not that way, you then start to feel disappointed, out of control, misaligned. And in that place of it's not happening on my time, it's not happening in my way, you're actually creating more resistance to actually attracting what it is that you do want.
I like that. All right. So we're on live TV right now. Think about the first thing that comes to mind that you want. And what is keeping you from that? Please welcome a friend of our show, New York Times bestselling author, motivational speaker, Gabby Bernstein. Come on out, Gabby. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm good. Look at you. Welcome. Okay, have you ever spoken at a graduation before?
A virtual COVID graduation.
It still counts. They got a diploma.
Yeah,
it counts.
they did. They graduated, yes.
Okay, what kind of pressure is that? Because you know when people go to graduations, they're looking for that message, that quote that you write down on your worst day that stays in your mind. Was it full of pressure for you?
A little bit of pressure. I got to pre-tape it, so that was a little bit less pressure than I was expecting.
But you still had to write it.
But I still had to write it, and I still had to really just give people hope. Also, at a time during COVID when people were graduating, it's such a terrible time. And so it was, pressure for sure.
What was the theme of the speech?
It was really all about really giving them the power to make the choice. And really the choice to lean into possibility, the choice to lean into a future that they desire. And it's a lot of what we're talking about here today.
Well, okay, so I just said to the audience, think about one thing that you want right now and what's keeping you from that.
Yeah.
How do we even start that exercise? Because first of all, narrowing down what it is you want versus what you think you want. That's the beginning.
Yeah. So recognizing what we want and all the ways that we are blocking it is actually the first step in really beginning to attain it. Because we have these desires, but we're blocking them all day long with the belief systems that are completely the opposite of what it is that we want.
What's the number one thing that we do to block these things from us?
We keep thinking the stories in our head that are the opposite. We keep replaying and repurposing beliefs that don't belong with the desires. So for instance, maybe you want to attract more money into your life, but you walk around all day long and you're in that story and that belief of, I don't do well with money. I can't make money. I'm always broke. And that belief is going to keep repurposing and replaying in your life over and over again, because the thoughts we think become beliefs, and what we believe we manifest.
So, to your point, okay, right now somebody might say, well, I am broke. I mean, is that a reality?
It is a reality, and it also is a choice right now in this moment. Are you going to proactively make the commitment to start to change your own energy and your attitude? Are you going to start seeking solutions rather than problems? Are you going to start opening up to creative possibilities for abundance? Are you going to begin to talk about your experience differently? So, you know, I'm honestly telling this to myself right now, Tam, because I've got a story that I've had on repeat over and over and over again, and I keep seeing the same thing manifest in my life, and it's a story I keep replaying.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, I can't say it out loud. It's a little private. You know,
man, you come on an investigative reporter show. You didn't think I was going to ask?
I'll tell you backstage. But there's some things I keep private, believe it or not.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But your point is there is even, and you've spoken to millions of people, best-selling author, even in your own life, there are things that you're working through.
Every day. every day. The thing is that this is something I really want to say here because I know you're going to get it, okay? You are going to get this. I've written 10 books now, all about manifesting and spiritual practices. And every single method in that book, it works. The quick tips work. The tools, the methods, they work. But what really works most, what's going to change you and change your life, is when you make the brave commitment to turn inward and do deep reflection and start to look at the beliefs and the stories that are holding you back from living the life that you desire.
Right. All right. That's true. All right. You have so much great content on your social media. I was going through, and you have so many intriguing ideas about the body and signals and things that guide us. Take a look at one of the clips you posted.
3 signs that you're connecting with your spirit guides. 1, you can feel tingly in your hands. Sometimes your extremities can get tingly, your arms can feel numb. You feel an energy presence within your body and around you. 2, you start seeing repeated signs or symbols. So maybe you see 1111, maybe you see lots of rainbows. You start seeing something that you know intuitively is a sign, and it just repeats and repeats and repeats. 3, you sense an inner presence of peace, an energy of grace, a slowing down. You feel relaxed, centered, and at ease. You feel like you're being guided. Pay attention to these signs and just welcome them. Say thank you, guides, for showing up.
Yeah? Tam Fam is into it.
No, I am a believer in signs, absolutely. And I look for signs. In fact, I used to post when I traveled doing my crime show, I would go into like small towns and do these stories. And inevitably there was a sign that would pop up at different points in my life. When I was starting this show, I was feeling really insecure. I'd just been let go, first job I've worked since I was 14, been fired once publicly.
Right.
How embarrassing is that? So I was in this moment, and then, this is a true story, we're on live TV, an email popped up that I had missed. I had not seen this email. And it was marked VIP because this person was labeled VIP in my emails. And it was a note from Prince. And he had passed away. And it said, "Why are you waiting on them? You can do it yourself."
Yep. Prince sent you that message. Prince sent you that message. And it's interesting that you brought that up because guides and deceased ancestors or friends or VIP, they are going to come through technology very often. So my grandfather...
So people will say, wait a minute, now, where are we going? This is a live show. Because I got goosebumps. Because that really, and I was always hesitant to share that story because I didn't want people to think, okay, what's going on? Tamron Hall's gone there.
Actually, I was so psyched that you showed this. She went there.
But it's true. I mean, I don't know how I missed that email. And it had been sent a year before.
Right.
And it popped up. And I was like, I didn't see that email. Clicked, and there it was.
Well, I always say things like you read it when you need it. Or
you read it when you need it. I like that.
Yeah, like a book will fall off the shelf right when it's supposed to be there. Prince 1,000%, I promise you this, came through technology to make sure that that email popped up right when it did so that you could get the message that you needed to be in this space right here, right now, doing the great service.
So you're saying
doing.
today, thank you.
And I mean that. I mean that.
So if you're, if you've got a Bible next to your bed and you kind of thumb through and a scripture pops out to you.
That's right.
That's not by coincidence.
Not by coincidence at all. Not by coincidence at all. My grandfather's photo, you sometimes have photos that are saved in your photos.
Yeah.
My grandfather's photo does not move. It is stuck in my photos. It's the first photo that comes up every single day in my photo gallery in my phone. It's just stuck there. I have a really good story. I don't know if we have time for it, but it's so good.
We do, because we're going to go to a break. Coming up, the really good story Gabby wants to tell us. Your angels, she says, are guiding and manifesting the life that you want. More after the break. Welcome back. We are live, and we have 6-time New York Times bestselling author and motivational speaker Gabby Bernstein with us, talking about how to have the life that you deserve, the life that you want. You talk about, is it super manifestation of things?
Being a super attractor.
Super attractor.
You're a super attractor. Everyone in this room is a super
What
attractor.
does that mean?
We all have a presence and an energy within us that is magnetic, that is powerful, that is calm, connected, compassionate, courageous. And that energy, when we tap into it, we attract more of what we want.
So it's the laws of attraction.
It is the law of attraction, but we forget that we're super attractors, Tam. We forget. Prince had to come remind you.
Yeah, well, he did that a lot. But with us, I think people underestimate that power, though. I have another clip from what you posted, something that really stood out to me. Let's play it.
Moments where we get these intuitive hits to make a connection, to do something different, to walk into a bookstore, to stay a little longer in the room, to engage a little bit more with somebody. Those moments of guidance are coming from a presence of spiritual connection. They're a spiritual guide, a presence of love within us and around us.
Intuition, right? Some people call it your North Star. How do you find it when you feel that you've lost it?
Well, I think most of us walk around most of the time without it. But it's those fleeting moments when you've just totally surrendered. Maybe after a meditation or a long run, or maybe something difficult has happened in your life, the divorce or the diagnosis. And those moments when we just say, I give it over, that's when we can really hear that intuitive voice.
When did you first hear it? I know you've been very open about addiction and recovery and the ups and downs of life. And I think that's why your messages resonate, because you don't come out pretending to be perfect.
Oh, God, no. The only secret I ever kept was from you today.
And I'm going to get that secret out of you.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I got sober at 25, and the day that I made the commitment to get clean, October 2nd, 2005, I hit my knees, fully surrendered. And I just said, God, universe, whoever is out there, I need a miracle. And I heard an inner voice say to me, get clean and you will live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Wow. 17 and a half years later, clean and sober, living a life way beyond my wildest dreams.
Did you then feel compelled to share this story with other people? Is that a part of that pulled you into this world? Because you could have gotten sober and found many other things to do with your life. You found your purpose in this work.
My purpose was given to me. I think that we are born with purpose. We're born with a direction, an inner guidance system. And we actually all have the same purpose.
What is that?
It's to heal ourselves so that we can be in the service of other people's healing. In whatever form that comes.
Is it healing yourself an ongoing process?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
There's
a daily
no finish
gig.
line.
There's no finish line. It's a daily gig. Yeah. We got to keep showing up.
This time of the year when people, because I always wonder, like folks like you, because people go to you as a life coach and they're looking for solutions. We had an author on with an amazing book, This Book Won't Make You Happy. Because I think folks look at you and they would say, well, she's got all the answers, or what you say to them will solve their problems. That's not the end game.
No, I think that a lot of people might come to me looking for that quick fix. But the cool thing is that I give them the idea, be a super attractor, methods for manifesting. But once they open that book, a lot more is revealed. So however I got to get them in, get in.
Yeah.
Get in, people. Because once you get in, the direction is deeper. And the work that I recommend is really requiring of a strong desire to be free internally, mentally, in your life.
It's such a thing we take for granted, the notion of what it means to be free.
Yes.
Free of obligation, expectation, and free of even the burdens we put on ourselves.
The burdens, that's the word.
And we put them on ourselves.
That's correct. Listen, a lot of people might look at me right here, right now and say, oh, she's got it going on. And yes, but I've had a lot of struggles in my life, right? I've been through addiction, I've been through trauma recovery, I've been through PTSD, I've been through postpartum depression that almost took my life. And I want to share openly and authentically about that, because we have to recognize that in all these moments of crisis, a year and a half ago, I had to let go of a baby at 5.5 months. And these moments, when we have these experiences and we have a spiritual foundation and we have personal growth behind us, that faith holds us like a pillow in those moments.
Yeah. It's true. So as I started the show by saying it's graduation time, everybody's looking for words of wisdom. The graduates that are watching, the parents who've mortgaged everything to get them to that finish line.
Yeah, God bless.
God bless. What advice do you have?
Oh my God, my best advice is to do your inner work and everything else will follow. Do your inner work.
Do your inner work. Well, congratulations on the podcast. I adore you and I appreciate you so, so much. Call me about that one thing you didn't want the audience to know after this break. Let's give it up. Dear Gabby podcast. Gabby Bernstein giving out some of the best advice you can find available where you get your podcast.